Hi guys. I just finished looking at a video from Anthony of My Time. He was talking about how people sit back and look at other successful people and wish it was them. And my question to people who do that is, why can't it be you too? Why? The only person that's in your way from becoming successful is you. Unless you have witchcraft over your life, but that's neither here or there. I was still doing some things in the process. My mom was just trying to slow me down. But she only slowed me down. She didn't stop me because I'm still going for it. And let me explain something to you. I started working for the federal government when I was 44. It was the highest paying job I ever had. And they worked me like a slave. We worked 10-hour days, Monday through Friday, and 7 hours Saturday and Sunday when I first started. Then it went up to 12 hours, Monday through Friday, and 6 hours on Saturday, and we were off on Sunday. The hours varied the whole time that I worked, because I worked for them from 2004 to 2017, but only during hurricanes. Whenever we would get ready to be laid off, everybody around me would always say, "Oh, you're so lucky because you're just going to go back and do your balloon business." And I would always say, "What do you mean I'm lucky? I'm lucky how? You can start your own business too. I'm no lucky than anybody else. I just have common sense." Because if they thought that and not a one of them ever started a business, not a one. And it was one, that girl could cook and bake her butt off. And she wouldn't do it to make extra money. Contacted me one time because she needed to pay her storage and her phone bill, asking me if I had any extra work that she could help me out on. And then she acted a complete fool, trying to stress me out. And I cut her loose and I ain't talked to her since. You can't start your own business, but you thought you were going to come and interrupt mine. I had another coworker. We would get laid off. She'd call me every morning. And I would tell her, "Don't call me until after 5 because I'm busy." I had to block her out of my phone because she was still calling me every morning. I looked at it as being totally disrespectful. Because if I told you, "Don't call me until after 5, and you want to call me every day and think you're going to keep me on the phone, you're interrupting what I'm doing. You're interrupting my business." My mom was like that when I was younger. My mom used to come by my house every night when she got off of work. Every night. And I would tell her, "Mom, my husband got to get up in the morning. He has to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be at work by 6. Mama, I'm not a morning person. And you know I have to get up, get my son ready, drop him off at the babysitter, and then go to work." But she came by my house every night anyway. She'd knock on the door, and if we didn't answer the door, she'd go to the window. And I answered the door, Mama, what is your problem? I've told you, you can't come by here every night. But I had no idea back then she was coming by to break me and my husband up. She was coming by and putting something in my house. That's why she came by every night. Every night that she worked, she would stop by my house. You would think that somebody who gets off of work at 11 something at night would be tired and they would take their tail home. See, there's a lot of things that I didn't put two and two together on until 21. But now that I got her out of my life and all of that demonic mess that she had on me, I'm going for it. I'm still going for it. So let me ask anyone on here, why are you sitting back looking at other successful people and you're not trying to do something to make your life more successful? You're sitting back looking at them talking about, I wish I could be like them. Well, wishing is not going to get you anywhere, but taking action will. When you start taking action, God will meet you at whatever point you're at. I just said tonight, there have been times in my life when doors have just opened for me. And I can feel it. Because when I need something, one thing will fall in alignment, something else will fall in alignment. They'll just keep falling in alignment. And I just said tonight, it's happening again. It's happening again. The classes that I'm taking right now for my business. I was on the live tonight with one of the ladies, and she was discussing all of these systems. And what happened? A YouTube commercial popped up for the very same thing. I was looking at somebody else's channel and they had did something, and I was like, wow, I want to learn how to do that. And what happened tonight? A YouTube video popped up in my feed for how to organize your craft room with Dollar Tree items. I looked at that video, subscribed to that channel because it was a craft channel, went in that channel, and guess what? The one thing that I wanted to learn, she had a detailed step-by-step video. For me, the only thing I got to do when I want to learn something like that, I have to look at the video over and over and over because I'm a hands-on person. I'm not a visual person. But if I look at the video enough, it'll click. I'm having these moments now where everything is falling into place. I'm going to a class this weekend. I've sent 2 computers back in the last couple of months because one was a Chromebook and I wanted a real computer. Sent the Chromebook back, got a real computer, and it had some type of glitches in it or whatever. And so I decided, I'm going to wait until after I go to class because I was in a live with this person I'm going to class with, and she was saying you have to have a certain amount of storage on your computer. So I said, I'm going to wait until I go to class, and then I'll buy a computer when I get back. But then I got an email today that says, bring a fully charged laptop computer to class with you. And my first thought was, go get you a computer. And my second thought was, had I not worked on my credit when I had the opportunity, when I told myself I wasn't going to be a senior citizen with bad credit, if I did not work on my credit, and this popped up 3 days before I got to get on the plane, I wouldn't have had the money or the credit to go out and buy a brand new computer to sit in that class. Now, I didn't pay for my class. I didn't pay for my airline. So can you imagine me going to the class and not having a computer when the class is hands-on? Can you imagine that? Last month, when I went to Jacksonville for a very similar class, I took my computer with me without her asking me. And this time around, they requested that you bring a computer. Everything falls into place when it needs to. I sit back and think to myself, had I not started working on my credit when I did, the classes that I'm going to, the travel that I've been doing since last month, going to different classes, I wouldn't have been able to afford to do these things. When you sit back and you wish you could be successful, or you wish this about you looking at somebody else's life, you can do it too. You just got to put systems in place. That's all. That's all you need to do is sit back, set a goal, and go for it. And you can do it. Trust me, I'm living proof. In 2019, when I was going through hell, when I didn't even have money in the bank, a debit card, credit card, and I said, I don't know what's going on, but I'm sick of this. And when God revealed to me what was going on, when my mama kept trying to find out my hearing date for my disability, when she obsessively kept asking, and I wouldn't tell her, and God revealed what was going on. From the time I got that first check, I started doing the budget. When I moved out of my roommate house because she thought my money was her money, and I said, I got to get away from her because she interfering in what I want to do. And I can't allow her or anybody else to interfere in my life anymore. And I moved. And I kept doing my budget from 21 to now. The time came this past February when I said, you know, you need to start your business back up because of who in office and everything that's going on right now in our country. And I did it. I've started businesses in the past, got an LLC. It took me months to get everything done. I think the last time I started my business and got an LLC, it took me 3 or 4 months. It took me a month this time because when you do something once or twice and you have to do it again, it takes you less time to get it done. This time around, I'm telling you guys, now is the perfect time to start a business because of AI, artificial intelligence. Look at this. This was done with AI. You need to learn AI so you can start a business and make money in your sleep. It's the perfect time to start a business because of AI, digital marketing, ebooks. It's like money on crack once you learn all of those things. And people are still sitting back talking about, oh, I wish I could be like that person. Ooh, they so successful. I wonder how they did it. And you got folks out here showing us every day on YouTube, showing us how to be successful, how to make money. I'm in the crafts industry. And when I tell you the things that I want to learn, I go to YouTube University and look it up. I went to a class in Jacksonville for something that I wanted to learn back in 2017 because I looked it up on YouTube and found out that the person had hands-on classes. The class that I'm going to this weekend, same thing. YouTube put me in touch with these two people that I'm learning from now. So when people sit back and say, oh, I wish I could be like that person, or I wish I can be like this person, cut your bull. You're just being lazy. There is no excuse in 2025 for you to sit back and say that. You just need to take action and get it done. Be blessed, guys.